The COVID pandemic didn't just ravage through the United States in 2020, it devastated and decimated the entire world. Life as we knew it was put on pause, including every sports league, until they were able to find a way to safely resume action. Quarantine, social distancing, and masks became synonymous with this era, but what people forget is that 2020 wasn't the only athletic season affected. Some athletes, such as those who attended Ivy League schools, also lost their 2021 season, meaning they were 2 years removed from playing organized sports at the collegiate level. One of those athletes was Ben Rice, who played catcher and first base for Dartmouth and missed out on his final 2 collegiate seasons heading into the MLB draft. While some of his teammates were able to just gain extra years of eligibility, Ben Rice had to get into the draft and get drafted because there's a certain point in which you're too old for teams to even pay attention to you. Selected in the 12th round and going unranked in the Yankee organization for his first 2 years of professional baseball, he's now being promoted to AAA Scranton, and he's looking like he could become part of this core for the foreseeable future, as the left-handed slugger has dominated the upper levels of the minor leagues and is now just one step away from making his major league debut. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to stay up to date with everything going on with the New York Yankees. We're your one-stop shop for Bronx Bombers content, and without further ado, let's get into today's video. Ben Rice spent the first 2 years of his minor league career really as an unknown prospect in the organization. When he debuted in 2021, he struggled in the Complex League, but finished out the season strong with the Single-A Tampa Tarpons, putting up a modest 110 WRC plus and 359 on-base percentage. 2022 would be a lost year for him, as while he put up good numbers with a 133 WRC plus and 9 home runs in 68 games, he only played 68 games due to injuries. This would set him back even further, and 2023 would be a make-or-break season, as he would be a 24-year-old catcher in the organization with 0 games above Single-A. He would rehab with the Tampa Tarpons as he missed the start of the season due to injury, and he found himself in High A with the Hudson Valley Renegades very quickly. He put up a 205 WRC plus and 559 on base percentage with the Hudson Valley Renegades, getting promoted all the way to AA after just 15 games at this brand new level. Now, the jump from High A to AA is considered to be one of the most difficult jumps in all of professional baseball. You go from playing career minor leaguers and guys who are very young, whether it's teenagers or recently drafted players, to playing more seasoned veterans at the professional level, and even some guys with major league experience. How did Ben Rice react? He hit 16 home runs in 48 games, slugged .648 with a 182 WRC plus, and he ended up taking home the award as being the best hitter in the minor league organization for the Yankees that season. Rice would still have a lot of work to do, however. He wasn't a proven product behind the plate, and he didn't have a strong secondary position that he could call home at a level like AAA or the major leagues. Working on first base would be something he did in the offseason, and something he did mid-season with the Somerset Patriots this year, but in his sophomore season with Somerset, he continued to impress the organization. The overall numbers are worse than what we saw last year. He has 12 home runs through 49 games with a 152 WRC plus, but he checked off some very important boxes for the organization on both sides of the baseball. Sure, offensively he got worse from a result standpoint, but we saw an uptick in his walk rate, and we also saw a dramatic improvement in his performance against left-handed pitching. This is extremely important for Ben Rice, who hopes to be a full-time player and not a part-time player at the major league level. A platoon hitter doesn't carry the same value that a full-time, everyday major leaguer does, and while Ben Rice is always going to have a disadvantage against lefties as a left-handed hitter, it's important for him to still be able to hold his own so that he can get everyday reps and increase his value on the market whenever he hits free agency, or if we're just talking about him as a prospect on the trade market. When talking about those numbers against lefties, in 2023, he slugged .216 with 0 home runs and a .492 OPS across 51 at-bats. This year, in 48 at-bats, he has 3 home runs, a .542 slugging percentage, and an .882 OPS. With these improvements, he's now able to remain a full-time player and get everyday reps with the Somerset Patriots, but it's also been his defensive progressions on both sides of the ball. Now, Ben Rice isn't going to win a Gold Glove at catcher or first base. He isn't what you would consider an all-worldly framer, he isn't an elite-level blocker, and he isn't going to throw out a ton of runners either, but he's shown his ability to hold his own behind the plate, even getting the nod to catch Garrett Cole in Garrett Cole's first rehab assignment. Ben Rice has been getting more time at first base, and defensively he looks a lot more comfortable there, as while it's still a work in progress, he's finding his own as one of the better defensive first base options the Yankees have at the minor league level. That doesn't mean he's going to win a Gold Glove, that doesn't mean he's going to be this excellent defensive player there, it just means that the Yankees could possibly have more confidence in his ability to play the position at the major league level if he were to get the call up. But the reason you get excited about Ben Rice is because he has a chance to be a really special hitter at the major league level. Across his time at AA, he hit 28 home runs in 97 games, slugging over 500 and putting up an OPS north of 900 as well. He is one of the best left-handed hitters in all of minor league baseball, and while he is older than most hitters in AA, he is also less experienced than most hitters his age. The pull side power for Ben Rice is what makes him such an attractive option for Yankee Stadium. He doesn't have the high ground ball rates or high strikeout rates that we typically see with power hitters like Rice. His strikeout rate last year at AA was 18.9%, and this year it's at 21.1%, with his ground ball rate going from 33.1% to 39.6%. While it is a slight regression in both regards, he got off to a poor start this year, and it was natural to expect some sort of a slump after basically not slumping for an entire season. He has a 48.9% pull rate, and that's paired with some pretty decent fly ball rates as well, which help him generate that pull side power and get the ball out consistently to right field to hit home runs. You can already imagine what Yankee Stadium would be like for Ben Rice. He would attack and abuse the short porch, pulling fly balls over that 314 sign and collecting plenty of home runs in the process. Now in Scranton, he'll have the opportunity to play his way into that major league conversation. Brian Cashman has spoke extensively about how player development for the Yankees has gotten significantly better, crediting a lot of the people he's hired in recent years for that as well. Owner Hal Steinbrenner made some very interesting quotes as well regarding the team and especially their payroll. He talked about the importance of mixing in veterans and rookies, and while most people took that as a way of him potentially hinting at not bringing back Juan Soto, it was also mentioned numerous times that the Yankees want to re-sign Juan Soto. Who he's referring to is the other players that are free agents like Clay Holmes, Gleyber Torres, Alex Verdugo, Caleb Ferguson, and various others with club or player options as well. The Yankees want to replace a lot of those players with cheaper talent internally, and they're hoping that some of these rookies can step up and become those big-time contributors. You expect to have question marks about left field, the closer position, and second base next year, as players like Alex Verdugo, Clay Holmes, and Gleyber Torres potentially depart for new teams. And while the Yankees aren't going to have to answer those questions right now, they are going to have to answer that question about first base sooner than they may have anticipated. Anthony Rizzo has a club option at the end of this season, but with his 90 WRC plus and -1 outs above average, I highly doubt that the Yankees pick up a $20 million option on the aging first baseman. Furthermore, I do start to doubt that the Yankees are going to carry Rizzo and put him in the starting lineup in the postseason if he doesn't turn it around soon, and promoting Ben Rice to AAA is an indication that they might want to have some more first base depth in case Rizzo doesn't turn things around. The Yankees love Ben Rice, and when it comes to prospects that they love, they show that they're very willing to promote them from AAA to the major leagues very quickly. Austin Wells, Everson Pereira, Jason Dominguez, Anthony Volpe, and Oswaldo Cabrera all spent under 60 games in AAA before receiving a promotion to the major leagues. What stands out the most to me is that various projection systems like Ben Rice as much, if not more, than Anthony Rizzo, without Rice playing a single game in AAA. Steamer projects Ben Rice for a 107 WRC plus at the end of the season, while they have Anthony Rizzo at a 105. Entering the year, Zips projected Rice and Rizzo for the exact same WRC plus at 108, while projecting Ben Rice for a slightly better 80th percentile outcome and a slightly better 20th percentile outcome as well, viewing him as the higher ceiling and higher floor player, at least with the bat. I know that projections aren't everything, but it does raise an important question about whether the Yankees need to make a switch at that position in the near future. Personally, I think the Yankees are going to ride with Anthony Rizzo until the trade deadline, but this promotion to AAA kind of changes everything. This would give Ben Rice some time to get it going, or give the Yankees some time to see if Anthony Rizzo has it like that. Jason Dominguez really just spent a week in AAA, and Anthony Volpe only spent a week in AAA. If they really like Ben Rice as much as they've led the public to believe, then it's not crazy to assume that they wouldn't keep him there for very long, assuming he plays well. That'll be another challenge for Ben Rice to overcome, but based on his entire minor league career, it seems like a safe bet to say that he can certainly handle AAA if he sticks to his approach. With the power, the contact, the plate discipline, and the baseball IQ, Ben Rice has truly become one of the most exciting prospects in the Yankees organization. And from a personality standpoint, I think he's a perfect fit for this team. He's described as a very lively player, and some interviews have revealed that he's almost fluent in Spanish, learning it so he can help work with pitchers in the organization. This is a player with the makeup and the talent to fit the Yankees perfectly, and I think every fan should be excited about this promotion because now Ben Rice is just one step away from the major leagues after looking like he would have a lost career just a few years ago. Tell us what you think about Ben Rice and this video in the comment section below. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. It's free, helps us in the algorithm, and you'll get notifications on our next upload. We've got you guys with plenty of Yankees content, and with this exciting team and this exciting season, you guys want to be up to date on everything going on with the Yankees. The trade deadline is about a month away, so there's a lot of fun to be had there too. With that being said, you guys can check me out at Ryan Garcia. Yes, I'm on Twitter, and follow our social pages at Fireside Yankees on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, and of course, this YouTube page. Let's go Yankees, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, and peace out.
Perfect.